Hello and welcome back to the Daily Royal, a podcast covering the daily events of all the European royal families. Today, we are going to be talking about all of the events from Friday, February 5th, 2021. I don't have a whole ton to say today in terms of announcements. I will say today was an exceptionally quiet day. However, I'm going to just kind of go through everything. It could be a shorter episode. It may not be. I don't honestly know how much I'm going to talk about other things, but there weren't a lot of events, so we're going to go through probably pretty quickly is my assumption. However, I've said that before and we still end up having 30-minute episodes. So I don't know what we're going to end up having. But let's go ahead and get started with the Spanish royal family because there was nothing in Sweden today. We are still working backwards and forwards, although I almost just forgot that. So we are going to start in Spain for today's episode. Remember how yesterday I was saying there was nothing for Spain today? Well, there wasn't on their calendar. However, they played a little trick and decided to have an event without telling anybody, which, okay, I think they did this for the same event last year too, so it's not a big deal. But I was very surprised when I woke up to a tweet from Casa Real because I really didn't expect to see them today. So anyway, today, King Felipe and Queen Letizia presided over the annual delegate commission meeting for the Princess of Girona Foundation. So this is a foundation that was created, I think, in 2009 under the title Prince of Girona, which is a title for the heir to the throne of Spain. And so Felipe was obviously the heir, and so it was named for him in 2009 to be something similar to the then Prince of Asturias Foundation, which was a pretty prestigious thing. And so when Felipe became king, everything became Princess of Girona, Princess of Asturias, etc. For Leonor. And however, she's still a minor. I mean, she's not an adult. She has school and learning to do and all of those things. So Felipe and Letizia still pretty much chair all of these things. And she goes to some of the ceremonial stuff, and also, if she's not in school, she'll go to events. But today is Friday. She was in school, so Felipe and Letizia presided over the meeting. This happens every January, February time. Last year it happened, I think, January 31st or something. And it's just a meeting to kind of talk about the opening of the new season for the Princess of the award season, essentially, for the foundation. So this is a foundation that focuses on young people helping the world and different actions that young people take to help their communities. So I think it's people maybe under 35. That might even be too old. I don't think I'm too old, and I'm 27. But I think it's either 30 or 35 is the cutoff. People who have made substantial strides in science, literature, other things like that. Sorry, we've got some cat being a jerk, because cats are jerks, going on at the moment. Okay, I think we're fine. She's trying to, I have a camera on my wall, and she pulled down the camera, but there's like a magnetic thing that it sticks to, and now she's trying to get that, but it's like 5 feet up from her, so I don't know how she's gonna do it, but okay, sorry about that. But yeah, so it's just like the opening of the season for the nominations, and the awards will start getting announced in the next couple of weeks for this coming 2021 award year. Typically how that's done is one of the members of the royal family, so Felipe and or Letizia, will attend, like, they announce them on separate events, so we'll attend the event, and they also use it as like a brainstorming session to solve different problems in the world. Now that's in a normal year. So they made it through like 3 or 4 of those last year, maybe just 3, and then they started getting canceled because of COVID, and then like obviously because of that, like, they didn't happen in person. So I don't know how that'll happen this year. It'll be something interesting to learn about in a semi-post-COVID world, or at least COVID isn't so new. We now kind of know how to function with it. So that's what was going on in the Spanish royal family today. And now we are going to go ahead and move on to Norway. In Norway today, we just have a lot of news items to talk about. So obviously it's Friday, so every Friday there's a Council of State meeting presided over usually by King Harald. Today, King Harald is still on sick leave for at least another week, I guess 9 days. And so Haakon presided over it in his role as Crown Prince Regent. And then it was also announced via just like a very brief statement to the Norwegian television, like news station, that King Harald and Queen Sonja have received their second dosage for the COVID vaccine, which is awesome. And so just like a very, very brief statement that wasn't even like put out into their typical press email or anything like that. It was just sent to NRK, which is Norwegian news. So that's really it that was going on in Norway. It's been a quiet week. I kind of expected it to be one, because really right now there's one working royal. This happens a lot in Norway. I know we've talked about this, but like Haakon is really the only primary royal. I mean, like, in non-COVID times, Harald and Sonja did a lot, but now it's really hard for them to be out and about, so they aren't, and so Haakon is really taking it all on. I mean, he had definitely the most number of engagements last year, and so it's pretty normal for him to be the only one working in a week, but then there are special circumstances where, like, King Harald is on sick leave, so continually kind of just quiet in Norway. It does look like there's maybe some events next week. We'll see what that looks like. And then Harald comes back on Sunday. So that is what is going on in Norway. And we are now, let's see. Okay. We are going to go ahead and jump to the UK because there was nothing going on in the Netherlands today. And then in Denmark, so today was Crown Princess Mary's 49th birthday. They released a new picture. It's up on Instagram and thedailyroyal.com for you to take a peek at it if you haven't seen it already. It's a great photo, but like that's really all there is to say about Denmark. So we're just going to combine it and jump over to the UK now. the British royal family today. So first I'll talk about the video that was released. So on the episode that went out on Tuesday, maybe, if I shared the court circular, I can't remember. It was either Tuesday or Wednesday's episode. You would have heard me talk about the Duchess of Cambridge having a video call with staff and teachers involved with Place to Be during Children's Mental Health Week. And that video was released today. It's really, really cute. It's up on thedailyroyal.com. So you can definitely check it out there. It's a really great video talking all about like how Place to Be has helped teachers this year in order to allow them to help students. So one of the things was, you can't pour from an empty cup. So you have to get, your mental health kind of ready to go and up and spirited and everything like that before you can pass that on to other people. And so the teachers that Kate was speaking with really talked about like how Place to Be has helped them in order to help the children that they're teaching. So that was a really awesome little video call. It was really cute. And so that was released today. And now we are going to go ahead and pull up the court circular. I am being attacked by my dog. She's not really attacking me. She's just jumping on me. Okay. So on the court circular today, and yeah, okay, there is nothing on the court circular today. So everything is like by command of the Queen, or the Queen was represented. So nothing really physically happening from any of the royal family members this week. But that's okay. So we are going to go ahead now and move on to Belgium. You guys, this is going to be an incredibly short episode. So let's go on to Belgium now. And we are finishing today with the Belgian royal family. And so the first thing, it was just announced that King Philippe, over the course of the past couple days, has been making several phone calls with mayors throughout Belgium to basically share support with them, with the ongoing pandemic, as well as like the local authorities who are really in charge of like running the day-to-day of each municipality's COVID response. So they mentioned several throughout, and again, this has been through like the past couple of days. So just again, continuing government contact, but this time very specifically, it's been laid out that it's about COVID, and just the royal family, but especially King Philippe's continued support for the efforts that each person is putting in, because sometimes that is just important to know that like people are doing their best. So that is what was going on with King Philippe. And then also today, Queen Mathilde participated in what I'm calling a virtual visit, to speak with students and teachers, and adults and nonprofits and stuff, about the specific effects COVID-19 is having on children, specifically focused on the area of cyberbullying. Like, what has that looked like in the COVID-19 era, where most schools aren't sitting in a classroom? Is cyberbullying worse because we're all home? Is it better? Things like that were being discussed. I don't know the answer. I don't know what that answer is at all. but it's definitely an interesting thought. So that's what was going on in Belgium. That's what was going on in these royal families. I know this is a shorter episode, but like, hey, it's Saturday morning. So enjoy it, I guess. And I will be back on Tuesday to cover any events if they happen over the weekend, and then any events that happen on Monday. And yeah, we'll just kind of, we'll talk on Tuesday about all of those events. And until then, please check out thedailyroyal.com, the Daily Royal on Instagram. I'm starting to brainstorm some things to do on like the weekends, like different ideas on the dailyroyal.com. I have gotten everything simplified enough that I'm like ready to add some things maybe back in to my Daily Royal life. Because I was getting really overwhelmed with like all the different things I had to do every day. So I simplified it, and now I'm like, okay, I'm ready to maybe like add some things, brainstorm some things, and go from there. So probably not this weekend, but next weekend, something to look forward to if I can come up with some ideas. I have some, but like last weekend, I put up the January of 2021 engagement counts for each royal family, and that's something I'll continue to do through the year, as well as a final tally at the end of the year. So I'll do that, or I've done that, and I'll maybe every other weekend or something. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. But yeah, I just wanted to give you all that little update. And so for now, I will talk to you all on Tuesday, but until then, have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you then. Bye.